Hi Sai, it is Neo here. I've watched most of your Kiriko VOD. Um, but there's something I want to go over. Okay, so the biggest thing with Kiriko, and I really want us to kind of get this hounded into us, is I really want us to get used to heal, shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, okay? This is how we can output the most amount of damage possible and the most amount of healing. As long as we try and throw 2 kunai in between every single one of our entire healing clips. So this will really help us get optimize like our damage and our healing in terms of numbers, and then we could be in higher places like this and get like flank angles. One thing I like to tell people especially is like always try and throw these 2 kunai even if they're gonna miss, because if you are, let's say here, and we're just missing these shots by here, you're still forcing the enemy to not be there, but and if they are here, they're gonna get pressured. So if they end up going into our crosshair even though we're shooting like here-ish, this means that they can no longer go here because we're threatening this angle. So never be afraid, even if you think it's pointless, even if it's just out an angle, to just throw 2 kunai in between an entire healing clip. It's how long it takes to recharge anyway, so we're kind of just helping. And then one last thing I like to make sure people know is when we completely run out of kunai, our last clip will be heal, shoot, shoot, reload, heal. That wasn't it. Okay, it's rip, sorry. We'll just throw all ours because it can be that. That's fine. It just depends on how critically your team needs healing. So it's heal, shoot, shoot, heal, reload, heal. Okay, make sure you fully reload it. They just buffed that, so it's easier to make sure you can wait the whole time. But yeah, you can kind of watch when the number goes down in the bottom right, or goes back up to 15. That means we're fully ready to reload our clip, and then we can send out another round of healing, because we're not going to be able to have time to shoot a last kunai. And we can also, like, sometimes you can cancel the animation so you end up reloading endlessly, and we want to make sure we avoid that. I don't see you doing this, but it's just something I want people to be aware of. So yeah, keep that in mind. When you're out of kunai, it's heal, reload, heal. Okay? I think that's it. I can talk about like Kiriko settings and stuff if we wanted to. I like swift step sensitivity all the way at 100. Toggle healing of Fuda I have off, which means I hold right click the entire time I'm doing it. A lot of people switch left and right click, which I highly suggest. And I make sure that we have this healing of Fuda cancels reload on. Because if not, you'll be in situations where if you choose to reload, you can't quickly heal a teammate. It'll put you in a really awkward place. So anyway, that was a new setting anyway. Let us watch your VOD. I will say, watching it, I think you did quite well as well. There's like a few positioning things I think we can adjust, but in terms of like gameplay and game sense, I think you're in a pretty good spot. And honestly, I'm surprised this is silver.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
This is fine. I would just TP to the Junkrat out the gate just to get us a little bit more speed, so we can our main goal here, and like I said, I really enjoy a lot of what you're doing, but the main thing we're going to talk about is positioning, and I really want us taking high ground more. So on this point in particular, this high ground on this like center building is so strong for Kiriko. So we can wall climb up here, and then we can get shots right here, and we can hide back behind here and wait and heal our team, and then we can just kind of like shoot, heal, shoot, heal, stuff like that. So the faster you can get up here, the better. Because if somebody's pressuring you over here, we can go to this side. If it gets too dicey, then we can bail. Kiriko is very different from other supports in terms of like where we're gonna play. And a lot of the times we can take a lot more aggressive angles than we would with somebody like Ana. Doesn't mean you can't take aggressive angles with Ana, but we can just be even more aggressive. I like this. I love that you remember you have wall climb. But here, like shoot, heal. Yeah, nice. And then I want us where the Junkrat is still. You can kind of like watch how this fight would have developed if we were up here a little bit faster. We could be healing here. We couldn't necessarily be shooting, but we could get shots over that way, kind of thing. And then it would be easy for us to stay along with our team, and then we could try and shoot this way as well. So stuff like that. It's fine, we realize this is lost. Nice. A good little stall to make sure your rig gets out, and then you can TP to her. Don't know if that was intentional, but the result is good. So now our team, this is kind of a rough spot because now our team, we need to go and take this high ground. High ground in Overwatch is so important. So as a team, we need to go and take this. Honestly, first fight, we should have gone and taken this as well, but it's in the position we're in. And so it's like our team needs to fully regroup, and then we need to regroup and then go high ground. And in terms of individual play, we can't. We can try and coordinate it, but it's a little bit unlikely. I like this off angle you're taking. Very nice attempts. I'd start bailing now. Nice. But now we can try and go even further around. So I'd bail a little bit by standing here and then going this way. And now we can try and like maybe go this way and get some shots off over here. Or maybe even if we're over here. No, I think it's still like we can go this way and get some shots over here. So I just want us to be a little bit more aggressive because we have two abilities that are really like get out of jail free cards. We can play very dumb and get away with it because of these two abilities. Nice try. Now I want us playing on that rotunda bit. Nice. Yeah, it's moments like this where I really want us thinking shoot, heal. Here as well. Because now our wrist is going to be a little bit low. Yeah, and it's going to take a lot longer for us to heal up. I like this. I've liked both of your Suzu so far on this Orisa. They were necessary. It's unfortunate that we died. That's partially why I want us... So another good reason to play the Rotunda is because a lot of people, especially at this elo, kind of have a like out of sight, out of mind thing about it. So if they can't see you, and it's going to be much harder for them to actually have you on their screen if you're up there, because then they have to like move their mouse up and look at you, they're less likely to shoot you. If you're standing behind your tank a little bit, then it's much easier for them to remember like, oh, I should be shooting the supports now. And that ends up being you. I don't mind taking a more aggressive angle here now. I like that you waited a little bit. This is unfortunate. Yeah, just TP out about at this point. I see you tried to pull the Suzu. But you are generally pretty good at this because I see it in the second map especially. We want to TP before we Suzu. And so we just need to TP out. I think you were trying to touch. Which I understand. I'm gonna be a little bit this could be like it might seem obvious, but I'm gonna make sure I state it because it's possible that people don't know, and I want people to know if they do know. Try not to die. I think you do know this is what I'm saying, but if somebody else watches this, try not to die with any of your cooldowns on Kiriko. They're both, like I said, they're both get out of jail free cards. So even if you just try and spam both of them right before you die, it's worth it. It's much better than dying with both of them on cooldown, or dying with both of them not on, like available to you. So this map is kind of similar in the sense that this high ground is very strong. So I'd be even okay with us trying to rotate out this way, and then we could like take this high ground this way and get some shots over here. I understand our team is a little bit like stronger now that we have, in terms of healing, we have the Moira to help our Rhine out a lot. So that means that we can play more aggressively and try and get some more damage in, because he can get burst healed up so fast with the Moira versus in the Brig you guys were playing earlier. Doesn't mean I want us like holding our hand of our tank. If we have a Brig still provides a lot of healing, but a Moira provides burst healing. I like this. I want a shooting. Nice. Yeah, we're very, very close to the shoot, shoot, heal pattern. I want us just to be, I want that to just play in your mind the entire time of like shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal. Even if your shots are missing and even if your heals are missing. It's a very, very good habit to get into. And then, like, we look a little lost here. I wouldn't mind if here we could have stayed to kill the Zarya. She's a very good kill here. Or I like shooting the soldier, but then when he uses his rocket, I kind of want us to rotate this way. To this window, now that the Zarya's died, and ultimately I want us to take this high ground. This is fine. I'd heal our Tracer. Yeah, unfortunate. Nice. Yeah, we really, this soldier on the high ground is a really big problem for us, so I want us to push that way. It's just unfortunate our Moira died for it, but I want us to push him hard. There's a bunch of people here. We want to stick with our Rhine a bit as he pushes into this team. Yeah, keep looking at our Rhine. He's in a pretty good fight that, like, our little damage, which I say that kind of sparingly because if you body shot someone with Kiriko, it's 40 damage, but if you headshot, it's 120. So we can still do a lot of damage, but we can help our Rhine pressure this damage. We're just a little bit lost. But when I see him pushing in here and I hear the enemies, I want us to try and help him in particular. Our Tracer is, while she does have less health, it's much easier for her to disengage. And the other problem is if you are with Tracer and she disengages, she can disengage and leave you where the enemy was. It's less true on Kiriko, but it's more true on a hero like Mercy, where if you go and fly into a Tracer and she recalls, you are now in a bad position and she is in an okay position. But we could try and, like, when the Rhine was pushed up here, we could be like a little bit back here, maybe playing this way, so that way if anybody came in, they couldn't shoot us. And then laying in some damage this way. And like I said, ultimately, I really want us thinking like high ground, high ground, high ground. Is it fine? I like this. I want to shooting the Moira though. Yeah, a few more shots. This is all fine. We didn't necessarily need TP there. We could have stayed in that other angle and pressured the Zarya. But now we have no cooldowns. I love this. I love that after we use both of our cooldowns, we realize we don't have any and we play natural cover and we basically get one back. This is fine. But now I want to stay in the high ground. And since we won this fight and now finally there's no one on this high ground, we could also try and play this one. If you're feeling a little cheeky, you can wall climb up here and try and fire some shots up this way. And then as the team comes in, you can take this high ground. And then if anything goes wrong, one thing that's like, we have a projectile ability in Suzu, and projectile abilities are a lot easier to land when you're on the high ground. And that's why a lot of the times people who do have projectile abilities have upward mobility. A good example is Ashe with Dynamite. We have Junkrat with his primary fire, Baptiste with his healing nades. A lot of these people have the ability and vertical mobility, so it's easier for them to get high ground, so those abilities are easier to hit. Another great example is like Pharah, obviously. And then there's like other examples that it's like, oh, it's still harder to get the high ground, but they're still good abilities, and that would be like Ana with her nade. But since Suzu is easier to land those abilities from the high ground, it's even better to play up here, because then if our Rhine gets a bit too low, we can try and bail him out here.
My bad. Soothing your wounds.
Shoot. Yeah, if somebody's not being pressured, don't be afraid to just go full shoot mode. Like, because this Rhine will no longer be pressured because everyone is stunned. So don't be afraid to just shoot here instead of healing.
I just wanted to hang out.
I love this. Beautiful. Wonderful. Absolutely great. I like this too. I don't mind that we didn't engage the Moira. Moira 1v1s are scary. I want us taking high ground though. This is good. Nice try. There's not much you could do there. I like this. I want us foxing soon. Ooh, nice. This is fine. I really love that you TP'd and then Suzu'd. I like that we're gonna LOS this visor almost. Just play around the pillar a little bit because the Rhine will want to drop his shield. And we don't have any damage fall off. So when we're against this visor, and Fox visor is very scary, luckily it runs off, just try and play around this a little bit more. Then we can shoot peek, shoot peek, shoot peek if we need to. And we don't have to worry about the Rhine dropping his shield. Nice. So I haven't watched this map yet, but I was like, I was originally gonna be like, oh, I'll surprise myself to see if you guys win or lose, because I have a sneaking suspicion now that they've changed their team up a little bit, it's gonna be a lot harder for you guys to come back, and your team really doesn't take the high ground. So it's kind of like whatever team wins the first fight, it has a lot of advantage. This is fine. Again, I want to stay in the high ground, but I really don't mind this angle either, actually. I like this. Shoot, shoot, heal. Ooh, okay. So now that I knew they had a Bastion because I looked at the top left, but you don't know until this moment they have a Bastion. So I just want us hugging this wall a little bit tighter, and that way we kind of have an escape plan when the Bastion knows wheels and we don't have to peek him. So when you see this, I just want us playing right here instead. And then if he still peeks us again, we go like this, and we just kite away from the Bastion until he's no longer in wheels, and then he's much easier to handle. So be careful about pushing into that. Because he should have looked at you instead. Even though he got this kill in the Rhine, he should have looked at you. This is nice. This fight's winnable. You guys have traded tanks. It's kind of unfortunate your team chose to disengage. This was winnable. It still is. Oh, we need to disengage. Yes, yes, nice. This fight's extra winnable now. You guys are still even. I want us taking high ground though. To the right. Yeah, your whole team. And this is part of the problem. Is your whole team is right here. Look, they're all down this area. So that means that the enemy team, who has a bunch of spammers, specifically Junkrat and Bastion's dead right now, but your Tracer is also dead, but the Moira can also do this, and the Ana can also just spam shots. So all of these people can just spam shots down main. It's mostly going to hit your tank, but it's going to put all your resources down main too. So if you had it here, then it's like, oh, well, the Junkrat has to make a choice between trying to shoot up here or shoot the Rhine shield down main. Same with Zarya. And it's much harder because if the Zarya starts to shoot this person who is over here, they can kind of just back up and go right here, and then she can't even shoot them anymore. Or if somebody was like over here like you were earlier, it's the same thing, but it kind of sucks right now because your whole team is just down the main choke, and that's kind of where Kiriko is extra strong as a support, because we can take this pressure off of main by forcing them to put resources into us when we're in a different angle, and then we just bail. It's like, oh, okay, you naded me, you put the trap down for me, you threw a Moira orb at me, I'm just going to TP out and all of it's useless now. So it's little stuff like that Kiriko is, I think, a fantastic support to rank up with. Obviously you can rank up with any of them, but and I do think a lot of the times, like, I'm really not kidding, I do also think you played well. I would not think this is silver gameplay. I just think that if you chose to play the high ground just a little bit more, you'll climb. Focus less on your tank, because a lot of the times the other support's also going to be staring at the tank really hard, and then we can just get a little bit more damage in. Taking cheeky angles, getting resources out of the enemy team, and also getting resources out of the enemy team is also helping your tank a lot. Oh, this is unfortunate. Yeah. This fight really shouldn't have been lost. A mix of target focus on our whole team, and then yeah, that's really it. I really want to just constantly, like in a practice room, just shoot, heal, shoot, heal, constantly. This is okay. We should be a little bit scared. Nice. I love that. I want that a lot more. We're gonna watch that again. The only problem is our Rhine's dead. So, like, this engagement, unless we get a pick, it's gonna be a lot harder. And this is scary. I would have tried to TP out a lot sooner, but it's fine because guess what? You also got Wraith out of them. Oh, this is rough. Nice. I like this. Shoot, Liana. No, just keep shooting Liana. Oh, we had a touch. That's fine. I didn't have the auto cue for that. Okay, so your team was pretty staggered. I'm not gonna lie, for most of the points that you guys lost, and that's really a big weakness of Koth. And I think that King of the Hill maps are like extra hard in lower elos because your team doesn't group up and take like a unified push. So that's just like kind of the sucky part about it. But I do think overall that you played quite well. So I just want you to think, 1, shoot, heal, and then 2, I also want you to just be like cheeky with the high grounds. Just think about like where you expect the enemy soldier to be, and I want you to be there instead. And yeah, hope that was helpful.